Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. Got my little fairy loot mug. If you're wondering why the background looks different, a lot more farther away, and why I'm currently kneeling on my knees to video this, it's because I'm going to be doing the Do I Have That Book challenge. So I wanted to back up the camera, have most of my two bookshelves in view. I also have some random smattering of books like on smaller bookshelves upstairs. There's also another taller bookshelf at the top of my stairs that has like kind of random knickknacks and then a few books on it, or like very decorative books on it. So I might be running around the whole house, but that's okay. If you don't know what this challenge is, there's 20 prompts you have to answer. So it'll say like, do you have a book with an all black cover or something? I don't know what I'm trying not to look at the prompts so that I can do this genuinely and to see how fast I can do it. Basically, there's 20 prompts about books that you own on your bookshelves, and you have to kind of run and see if you can find that book on your bookshelf, or if you have a book like that. And I believe Books in Lala was the one that created this challenge. It's been going on for a long time. I think her video she posted with this challenge tag was 2 years ago, and I have not been tagged because I'm a minuscule channel, but I thought this would be just a really fun thing to go through and to do, so we're gonna do it today. Basically what's gonna happen is I am going to have the prompts here on my phone in like a notes section, and then I'm gonna set a timer and I'm gonna see how long it takes me to go through all of the prompts, and then at the end I'll walk through the books that I picked for each prompt and why. It's gonna be fast paced. I'm probably gonna be running around like a chicken with my head cut off, so do not be afraid if the camera's shaking, as I'm literally dashing throughout my house because I'm gonna have to go up a flight of stairs. I know it. I know there's gonna be some really inconvenient prompt and it's gonna be at the top of my second floor and I'm gonna have to run up there. I also have a box of books on my third floor. That could be a problem. All right, so I'm really excited for this. And if they haven't done it already, I'm also gonna tag some other YouTubers in my description down below. Guys, you should definitely do this prompt. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, even though we're tiny YouTubers. It's gonna be super fun. And I'm interested to see what you guys come up with. Okay, I moved you guys back a little bit more so you can see me when I'm standing. This is the edge of my couch, don't worry about that. And so we're gonna go ahead and start. I will go ahead and click the timer. And then we're gonna start with the first prompt. Do you have a book with deckled edges? Yes, I do. Oh my gosh. Oh, what is it? Oh my gosh, I can't get them out without getting my other books out. Oh, I'm gonna destroy my bookshelves by the time this is over. Okay. Do you have a book with 3 or more people on the cover? I must. 3 or more people? Is that the right of the gods? 2 people? Rude. Arch enemies. Yes, okay. Do you have a book based on another fictional story? Yes. Okay. Do you have a book with a title 10 letters long? 10 letters? Okay, all right. Oh gosh. Oh, 10. 11, are you kidding me? Okay. Yes, okay. That, all right. Do you have a book with a title that starts and ends with the same letter? Yes, that one popped out at me real fast. Great. Do you have a mass market paperback book? Oh no. Shoot, that one's upstairs. Okay, got that one. Do you have a book written by an author using a pen name? Oh yes. I must. Does that count? I don't know if that counts. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Pen name, pen name, pen name. Oh, duh. Da 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 da. Do you have a book with a character's name in the title? Yes, I have to. That's pretty easy. Then I might have to do. Okay. Do you have a book with 2 maps in it? 2. 2 maps. That's 1 map. That's 1 map. Oh no. 2 maps? How's anybody gonna have 2 maps? You're kidding me? You're not gonna have a map in you? This is gonna be the undoing. Suffer and succotash. 2 maps? Really? You're not gonna have one? Oh. Let's try this. Oh, I'm counting it, counting it. Do you have a book that was turned into a TV show? Yes. I'll get back to that one because there's 2 that I could use for that prompt. Do you have a book written by someone who was originally famous for something else? Like an athlete, politician, TV personality? Oh gosh. that was originally famous for something else. Famous is gonna be a loose term here. Do you have a book with a clock on the cover? Oh, I have to. Come on. Do you? You freaking have to, come on. Your whole thing. You kidding me? Carnival. Should. I know it doesn't. Dang it! I don't know. I am so losing. Okay. Anybody got clocks? Anybody got clocks here? Anybody got anything that's like running out of time? Lair of Dreams. Come. Anything. Okay, I'm gonna count this because it's the back cover. Gosh dang it. Okay. Do you have a poetry book? Oh gosh, yes. Hold on. This has a book of poetry in it. It's the Bible. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Do you have a book with an award stamp on it? Yes. Where are you? There you are. Yikes. Sounded a lot worse than it was. Okay. Do you have a book written by an author with the same initials as you? As me? Oh no. Okay. CW, CW, CW. Couldn't have been Cassie Clare, could it? Couldn't have been CC. Dang it. There's no way. I don't think I'm ever gonna find that. Isn't her name Ree Carson? Yeah, there's no. W? CW. Anybody have the initials CW? No one has my initials. Wrong. CG. Frank Herbert. I'm grasping at straws. I don't know. I don't think there is one. I'll have to go back to that or skip it. Do you have a book of short stories? Yes! I used it for another prompt, but I think that's okay. So we'll switch these out actually. We'll do that. Okay. Cool. That's what we'll do. We'll switch this out and it'll be fine. Okay. Do you have a book that is between 500 and 510 pages exactly? You've got to be more than that. Yes. Okay. Do you have a book that was turned into a movie? Yes, I must. Turned into a movie. Turned into a movie. Let's go. Oh, I know. This stack of books is getting precariously high. Do you have a graphic novel? Yes. Oh gosh, it's upstairs. Last prompt. Do you have a book written by 2 or more authors? Yes. I know that one for sure. I'll do this one. All right, well, I did abysmally on time. It was 16 minutes. Probably because of all the running up and down and I'm out of breath, you can tell. All right, so let me just close this down, pull you all in, and we'll go through the books. Guess who just remembered to turn on my ring light now that we're halfway done filming? Me. Okay, like I mentioned before, it took me about 16 minutes to do all of that, to get all the books, to think through all the books. There was one prompt I could not get, and I will talk to you about that when that point comes. Sorry, the angle of the camera was really annoying me, and I feel like I had to straighten it out a little bit. Hopefully it's a little bit better now. So the first prompt was, do you have a book with deckled edges? Yes. I knew this one immediately. It's My Calamity Jane. It has deckled edges. I don't know if you can see it like that. Ugh, it's really hard. There's really no good way to show you, but like that. So this book has deckled edges, so that's why I grabbed this one. I knew off the top of my head this one did. What do you think about deckled edges? Sometimes I think they're cool. I think they feel cool. It's kind of not aesthetically pleasing because it's so jaggedly cut. Next one was, do you have a book with 3 or more people on the cover? For this prompt, I grabbed Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer, because you can see that there's Adrian and Nova here, and then on the bottom, there's her villain guys. I counted that as 3 or more people on the cover. The next prompt was, do you have a book based on another fictional story? So I went ahead and grabbed House of Salt and Sorrow by Arianne Craig, because I know this is a 12 Dancing Princesses retelling. Haven't read it, but I knew that about it. The next one was, do you have a book with a title 10 letters long? And the one that I counted out was Geekerella by Ashley Poston, and this is 10 letters long. It's also really cool. I like how it's like holographic, glittery title. That's pretty cool. Haven't read this yet, but I've heard it's super cute. And it's pretty short, and I think I'll get to this in like Valentine's Day or something sometime. For the next prompt, which is, do you have a book with a title that starts and ends with the same letter? So for this, I immediately grabbed this book. Now, this is up for debate, so do you think it has to start and end with the first letter regardless of a the in the title, like The Witcher, or is it W for The Witcher? I'm saying it's that. So I'm saying it's like whatever the first actual word is that you're going to use that. So for that, I picked the ninth reign. So I picked ninth because it starts with an N and ends with an N on reign. So the ninth reign. If you don't count that, then I would go ahead and grab that Ahsoka book that's over there. But I'm counting this because I think you should discard the in that case. If you disagree with me, let me know. But I went ahead and grabbed the ninth reign. The next prompt was, do you have a mass market paperback book? Yes. So we have Blood of Elves, which is a Witcher series novel by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I absolutely detest mass market paperbacks. And this is, I think my husband bought this, but we also have the first era of Mistborn, the Mistborn trilogy in mass market paperback, and I hate it. And it's kind of one of the reasons I don't want to read it, because I hate reading mass market paperbacks. They were a gift, so, and he read them all and he loves them, but they're just so hard to read and I don't want to destroy the little spines. But yeah, that's what this one is. I also have Lords of the Sith, and I wanted to know, is this still considered mass market paperback when it's the super, like, rectangle shape? So, like, to compare, Blood of Elves is here, right? Lords of the Sith is here. So they're taller, it's taller, but it's the same, like, width. So is this still a mass market paperback? Because I also have this guy, which I thought about switching out, but I wasn't sure if it would count because of the length. So if any of you guys are just experts on the dimensions of mass market paperbacks and would like to let me know, leave it down in the comments for me. I would love to learn. Okay, the next one is, do you have a book written by an author using a pen name? This one's pretty easy. Cassandra Clare. I know Cassandra Clare is not her actual name. I'm blanking on what her actual name is. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, her actual name is Judith Remolt. So I went ahead and grabbed City of Bones because I knew that she had a pen name, even though I didn't know what her actual name was. So there you go. And the next one is, do you have a book with the character's name in the title? Oh, I could have gotten a Renegades one again, which might have been better, but Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is the one that I went ahead and grabbed. This is my favorite Harry Potter book, and obviously it has Harry Potter in the title. I could also do Supernova for the Renegades series, but I already picked a Renegades book. Do you frown upon that? Do you support it? I don't know. The next one was actually much harder than I thought it was going to be, and it's, do you have a book with 2 maps in it? I found lots of books with 1 map, and it depended on kind of what you thought is 2 pages, 2 maps. Now it's like it's still 1 map. But do you count that as 2 maps? Probably not. The only one that I found by my quick rifling was Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson, because when you flip through the pages, it has this map. Okay. And then if you get to the back cover, the end pages also have a map. I'm counting it. There's 2 maps. So there. Okay, this next one I'm gonna have to explain. So the next one is, do you have a book that was turned into a TV show? So I have a substitute if you do not agree with this, but I have the Grisha trilogy, but I currently have a friend that is loaning them, borrowing them to read them. So I don't have them on my shelves, but I do have 6 of Crows. 5 of the Crows were in Shadow and Bone. So I'm saying 6 of Crows, even though 6 of Crows I think is getting their own TV show. Regardless, it did. If you don't agree with that, I have a backup, which is the Vampire Diaries, because that is a show, dang it. Even though I'm getting rid of these books because I read them and I don't have any desire to read them again. But there you go. And I know you guys are like, you said you were decluttering that, you said you were unhauling that. I am. They're in a box in the corner over here, and I just haven't found a good place to unhaul them yet. So there. Do you have a book written by someone who was originally famous for something else? We're using the term famous very loosely here. If you know Elliot Brooks here on BookTube, she wrote a book, and it is called Peace and Turmoil, which is the Dark Shores Book 1. So I am totally counting this because she's a pretty big booktuber now, and I am a big fan of hers, actually. I really love her videos, and I think she does really great reviews. She's got an interesting taste in fantasy and other books, and I really like her recommendations, and I think we kind of Me and my husband both feel like when she recommends a book, we're actually probably gonna really like it. In my eyes, she's famous and she wrote this book, which is absolutely beautiful. Like, look at this freaking cover. It's absolutely stunning. I love it. Elliot, we can't wait for book 2. The next prompt is, do you have a book with a clock on the cover? It's on the back cover, but I'm counting it because it's the cover. And that is The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. And on the back, it's a compass. Oh no, I totally saw this and thought it was a clock. It's a compass. Do I have another one with a clock on it? Help. Well, apparently I didn't get that one. Apparently that was not a clock and I don't have a clock on the cover. I got a compass. Dang it all, I really thought I got that. Next prompt, do you have a poetry book? I do. So, for those of you that know, the Bible actually has some books of poetry in it, and one of them is the Book of Psalms, but it's also poetry. And there's also like different writing styles throughout the Bible. Like, all the different books are different styles, so some of them are more literal, some of them are more poetic. So I'm counting this because it has poems in it. It's my ESV version. The next prompt is, do you have a book with an award stamp on it? Yes, I do. The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. It's got this little golden seal on it. And it's the John Newbery Medal for the most distinguished contribution to American literature for children. So there's that one. Fun fact, I got this at one of my local used bookstores. They don't always have a lot of good stuff, but I walked in there one day and they had this for like $5 and it's like brand spanking new. It looks like it wasn't even read. It's amazing. Getting distracted, gotta focus. Do you have a book written by an author with the same initials as you? I don't. I looked and I even Googled it to try to see if I could find one, and I couldn't find one. If any of you know an author with the initials CW, leave it in the comments, let me know. I would love to know if somebody who writes books has my initials, but apparently there's none. So that question just screwed me over real good. Next one is, do you have a book of short stories? Yes, I do. We have The Last Witch by Adrian Shepkowski, and this is The Witcher, and it's a bunch of the short stories. This is basically what the first season of the show, so I've been told, is based off of, is these short stories in this book. And if you flip to like the opening page, it'll say The Witcher, and it says the short story collections, which is The Last Wish and Sword of Destiny, and then the novels is Blood of Elves, Time of Contempt, Baptism of Fire, Tower of the Swallow, Lady of the Lake, Season of Storms. So this is one of the collections of short stories. Also, this Illumicrate edition is beautiful. The next prompt is, do you have a book that is between 500 and 510 pages, which is not an easy feat, let me tell you, to be exactly within 10 pages, but King of Scars. King of Scars, I flipped it open. Do you get a grace period? I don't remember, but I think you do. But anyway, one of the last pages is 510, this one's 511, but I'm gonna give myself a 1-page grace period because that was really difficult and I felt like this nailed it right on the head. So King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. I feel like I just get so excited that I'm like, it's a clock! It's not, it's a compass. It's my life right now. The next prompt is, do you have a book that was turned into a movie? Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. I was actually thinking about it. This was one of the first ones that popped into my mind. I also have Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, and that one's upstairs. That one was the other one I was thinking about, but this one was closer than that one when I was running up the stairs. But I was actually like looking around at my bookshelves and I was trying to see other ones that I had that have been made into a movie. I know Aragon was, and I cannot for the life of me find Aragon. I only have the other books right now. And so I didn't feel it was right to grab like Brisingr, because that wasn't a movie. So yeah, I couldn't think of any of the ones that I have on these shelves that has been turned into a movie. Plenty I would like to be turned into movies, but alas, not yet. So Twilight it is. Next prompt is, do you have a graphic novel? Yes, I do. This was in a book haul recently, and that is Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. Graphic novel. And the last prompt is, do you have a book written by 2 or more authors? So I went ahead and grabbed Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Ignore this disgusting sticker here. but I knew I had like the Lady Jane books. I knew I had those, but since I had already used my Calamity Jane for the Deck Will Digest prompt, I didn't want to use another one. I went ahead and grabbed Aurora Rising. I have not read this book. I got it really cheap because I had been wanting to pick it up, and I got it really cheap in the hardcover version, which was really cool. I'm hoping to get to this in the future, but let me know if you've read this or if you have any thoughts about this. Okay everyone, that was this Do I Have That Book challenge. Again, I'm going to be tagging some other booktubers in my description to see if they want to participate. If not, it's totally cool. You don't have to if you don't want to. But this was just really fun, and I thought it would just be kind of a fun way to get out of my head, run around, pick up some books, just have fun, and to just kind of explore what other books I have and show you some of the books that I have that I may not have talked about or you may not see behind me all the time. That was it for today's video. And let me know in the comments what other videos you would like to see. I know you guys have talked about a bookshelf tour. I'm going to work on that. I'm not sure when it's going to happen yet, just because I don't have a lot of subscribers at this point, but also because I'm trying to get more bookshelves and to be able to display them all down here instead of like here and upstairs, and just kind of how sporadic it is right now. I'm not sure how feasible it is. I'll still do it if it takes me a long time to get more bookshelves, but I am working on that. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this challenge. If you made it to the end of this chaotic challenge video, leave me a freaking clock emoji. Leave me a freaking clock emoji just to torment me. And for my absolute love of Caraval. And if you know any authors with the initials CW, let me know. Alright, so be brave and happy reading. See you next time.